Yes, okay, let us start. We can't expect. Now it's 24. And they may not interest, I think. It's evening time. Today our exam is just over. I think all of you written the questions.
So your voice is so slow, sir.
Yeah.
So low.
Today's exam paper. The two domains after which prokaryotes are classified into are is in a bacteria or protista, bacteria are in archaea and eukarya and monera. The two domains of which one is belongs to prokaryotes. Answer is bacteria and archaea. You may write as bacteria and archaea, you may write. It is correct answer. Prokarya is unicellular one. Which of these is a characteristic of prokaryotic cell? Is its absence of cell organelles? Is its absence of nucleus? Is its presence of 70S ribosomes? All the above. All the statements is correct.
Sir, can you share the screen?
No. This is it is examination question paper. How can I share now? Our exam
has been completed now.
Yeah. Now, exam is completed. Okay. Okay. I will do. Right. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Here it is 70S ribosomes. The prokaryotic cells in ribosomes is 70S is answer. And the bacteria and the eukarya, archaea is comes under the prokaryotic classification. Which of these is in a characteristics of the prokaryotic cell? Now all the statements means absence of cell organelles, absence of nucleus also, direct DNA it have contains, and the presence of 70S ribosomes. One to another is link up. One answer we may get, then rest of is also. And the next, the difference between eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells is it have ribosomes, cell wall, nuclear membrane, none of the above. Yeah, the nuclear membrane is differs. It contains the cell wall in the both prokaryotics and eukaryotics and ribosomes also, and other organelles also it's have, but nucleus, the membrane in eukaryotics and nucleus membrane is absent in prokaryotics. Next, the component of prokaryotic cells is a plasma membrane, DNA, cytoplasm, all the above. Yeah, prokaryotic cells, it's definitely direct DNA it have contains, plasma membrane it have contains, and cytoplasm, high viscosity cytoplasm also it contains. All the above is answer. All these are the statements in its answer. If someone may confuse, I think someone is lose the marks at here. Do not yet see any of our result. At evening, I will check it. And the smallest taxon of the classification. Here I said the 7 steps, 6 kingdoms. Okay, here kingdom, family, the variety, and species. The species is the last one. This is the smallest one in taxa. Genus. The next is the species. The species is the smallest one. The least one for classification. The specific name when printed should be in italics. Italics, capital letters, and small letters underlined. Italics. Genera and species. This is specifically, it's in italics. Hibiscus roja sinensis. This roja sinensis in italics. Next, the chloroplasts or cell organelles is found in virus, bacteria, the plant cells, animal cells. Definitely it's plant cells. Chloroplasts is photosynthesis purpose, is autotrophs, which is considered as the father of taxonomy. Is all of you knows about the Carl Linnaeus, the great scientist Linnaeus, not Aristotle. Don't confuse it here. Someone may confuse with the Linnaeus. Now, blue-green algae belongs to which group? The blue-green algae is in Monera. It's in a Protista, Monera, not a fungus, and not a bryophyta. It's in Monera. It's a prokaryotic. Next, organisms that use energy from sunlight and carbon dioxide and water, which are covered into the organic matters, or chemoautotrophs, chemoheterotrophs, photoautotrophs, and photoheterotrophs. Here it is. These all comes under photoautotrophs. Why? Because sunlight, carbon dioxide, and the water, and it is organic matter, the energy organic matter of C6H12O6 of glucose is prepared. These are all photoautotrophs. Organisms which prepare food for themselves using a simple, natural, available raw materials are referred as. These are all comes under heterotrophs or autotrophs or parasites, saprophytes. These are all are autotrophs. It is self-made. The sequence of the taxonomic categories is, you all of you know what is D, what is C. This is the division, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Now, class informed you this particular sequence. All of you remember. Several times I inform you some how to you remember to this one is in a very blind way. Some John King or something I given in our slides. DKPC OFGS. This is of our division kingdom file. Answer. And eukaryotics nuclear. Eukaryotic unicellular organisms. Yeah, it's a nucleus is okay, but at the same time, eukaryotic unicellular organisms are present in the kingdom, which is in Protista. The Protista is one of the major domain. It's not a fungi, it's not an animal, it's a monera. It's not a monera. It's a Protista, eukaryotics. Yeah. Okay. The next one. Yeah, the basic difference between autotrophs and heterotrophs. Yeah, one or two differences you may write. Can okay. Through photosynthesis, through sunlight, the photons of energy, autotrophs can prepare. The chlorophyll itself contains heterotrophs or dependers, which all are secondary, these all are consumers. These may have some heterotrophs. Heterotrophs is in it may herbivores or carnivores. It's a primary consumers or secondary consumers or tertiary consumers. But autotrophs are plants, photosynthesis plants, and heterotrophs is all creatures, birds, animals, and all these are. And the definition of biology, bio is a living organism, logos is a study, it's a Greek word. Great scientist, Aristotle is first, the name is mentioned. The study of the living organisms separate with non-living organisms. This is the study of biology. Their growth, reproduction, their systems, developments, all these are. And differentiate prokaryotics and eukaryotics majorly. So direct DNA contains in prokaryotics, eukaryotics have nucleus membrane in both the cases. For ribosomes it takes place, but the ribosomes is in the 70s ribosomes. Yes, and the nucleoli is differs in both the cases. In prokaryotics majorly is in comes under the protista, is in bacteria. Bacteria is a good example of prokaryotics, and the prokaryotics are unicellular, eukaryotics are multicellular one. their growth, the prokaryotics growth is it's in asexual, eukaryotics is in asexual, sometimes. Both sexual and asexual also in eukaryotics. Some microorganisms. Prokaryotics is all are microorganisms which are not yet visible through our naked eye, someone. Yeah, human eye and camera. This is what way the engineering study is relevant with the biology. There it is in that slides. The camera and the human eye, the particular retina and objective. An objective oriented one is in retention time of picture, the picture printing, and again these bifocal lenses. Lenses like the retina is work out at all these are physics background or the light lesson. We learn about in a deep sense. All of you know about the eye is just like it acts as a camera, but their lenses and their arrangements. How many concave lens and convex lenses, the reflections, all these are. It depends. The camera is works as a eye. The first, the motto is it's the objective picture, and the objective picture. These all are within a seconds of time is in retention. The same objective, it absorbs that particular the light is in a which color. The based on the color wise, it's in a green in color or yellow in color. Why? Because in the visible region, all these colors through only it depends. Other than it's not visible. Yeah, just like it's a magic cloth. The magic cloth, you know about. In case the magic cloth is it's there, it's not yet visible. So the visible light only eye is work out as like as a camera also. But nowadays the cameras very much modified, even in a dark conditions also some light beam is the focus and capture to that one. Now all what it is, this much of developments we are identifying cameras. Now it's in the street cameras, some hide cameras, in some robustic technology is involved in cameras. Eukaryotic cell. The eukaryotic cell, all the parts which have the majorly nucleus membrane and nucleons and DNA and the DNA containing of the chromosomes of their is in the proteins through prepared one of adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosines. It's asexual reproduction. Some rare cases is in sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is its routine, and asexual reproduction also is a multicellular one. All here it is vacuole present, the biggest vacuole present in the plant cells, and animal cells vacuole is very low, and the rest of all ribosomes, lysosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, all these are takes place. Differences between unicellular and multicellular. This is microorganisms. Multicellular is not at microorganisms. Unicellular ones, all unicellulars are in prokaryotics. The multicellulars are eukaryotics. And the rest of just like whatever these are all the answers is one to another is linked, and the rest of cell and cell organelles you may write. This is the answer in between the difference of unicellular and multicellular ones, especially that particular the nucleus point of view. But nucleus point of view, in what way it is? It's in a prokaryotic and eukaryotic way. But prokaryotics are unicellular. It's like that. Okay, definitely. I think all of you attempt to this one. I think is some relevant. You may write definitely. You can score it. I will see that. Are you typed into that one or write any paper and scan it? Are you typing that answer? Hello? The descriptive questions, in what way you are proceed? Nitin? Nitin? Oh, good. 40.
Yes, sir.
Are you typing that short answer questions?
Yes, sir. Type.
You are all typed. Okay. So you have must is laptop. Okay, someone may use, I think, cell phones. Okay, how much they answer, I can't understand. But anyway, the laptop persons definitely they can type it. Okay, this is of our paper students. Evening I will check it the result. Everything. Yeah. Next one. Yeah. Our second unit is water and its importance in biology and biomolecules and nucleotides with DNA and all these DNA and arrangement of nucleotides, the gene coding. These are all our topics in our second module for second unit. But here it is the water. The water is a very essential role. It's in a vital role. You all of you know about. And the +2 hydrogen and its compounds lesson, you know well about this physical and chemical properties of the water. But here it is the biological importance of the water is also we learn about here. Physical and chemical properties wise, their structure, bond angle, and the bonding, the way of the bonding is ionic bond or covalent bond. The type of bond is hydrogen bond. Okay, the strength of the bond, the bond angle, shape of the molecule. All these are the things, and their the physical way, and the chemical way structures, especially the one and only the substance. One and only the substance is its have three states. Three states of matter. Yeah, but here it is not a matter, means here is not comes into the plasma, but is a liquid state, solid state, and a gaseous state. These three states, it can maintain the stature of the water molecule. It's in a liquid form as a water, solid form of as a ice, or in a vapor stage of the gas. These three states is maintained, so that is the reason why it is a very special and a big vital role in living things, and non-living things is also it's using. It's very influencing. Yeah, the humidity point of view, and the breeze, sea breeze, just like there it is, and the conditions of in non-living things also, the pressure and humids relations according to the rains will drown out. These are all the things it's one to another, it's link up. But anyhow, the human body point of view, 75% of the water, the blood containing of the plasma and red blood cells and white blood cells is also contains, but 83% of the water. The body fat is 25%, the bones, even calcium. The major domain is calcium, but is 22% of water. In all living organisms, it requires water to live. Why? Because its transportation, their metabolic activities means catabolism and anabolism. Its get-togetherness means here it is some cohesive structure. It generates or some divisions. Is it in a equal division or unequal division? Yeah. For all these, the cell practices, the cell is a good cell is always it's a division is takes place, growth is takes place. That is the cell activity. Every time cell is its reforms their own, and the cell contains in a lot of muscles or nerves or whatever. The entire the body is structured by the cell, but the cell it may not. If any cell it may not catch the oxygen is may not supply automatically in the cell leads to death. Means its activity is slowly suppress and slow down. Just example of the gas gangrene, that particular disease. There it is the cells are dead cells. It converts dead cells. Why? Because the carrying hemoglobin it may not catch, it may not encash to the way of energy. So that is the reason why the cell is malfunctioning. So you remember that the blood digits carries the oxygen is in a form of the hemoglobin, the containing of iron and the water. With water, it carries them the energetic substance of oxygen and the energy substances also. Yeah, all these are. Even and the next is the nephrons inside in the excretory system. The nephrons is nothing but of the kidneys. The kidney is a nephron. There is a lot of the filtration, the water is it's lot of works which goes on. Lot of exercise with water, all the nephrons. Yeah, of course, the water is in a unique role. It's in a polar. It's a capillary action. Water is in a capillary action, surface tension, temperature moderation. So sometimes it acts as a coolant also. It's a density wise, acts as a universal solvent, hydrophilic or hydrophobic, and transportation. These are the features. The 8 features we are identifying in the water. The polarity, what is polarity and everything we knows about, but we will learn about also. And the capillary action, in this capillary action, cohesion and adhesion. Sticking, sticky tendency and shape, the particular shape try to according to its surface phenomena. And the next direct phenomena is the surface tension. The surface tension and viscosity is in what way it's relevances you know well about so many chemicals and their liquids, their solutions. Yeah, the solution means is in a form of liquid. Yeah, the tension agents, surface tension agents is differs. Yeah, and the next is in temperature, moderation. Yeah, this all the characteristics, evaporation and heat capacity, high heat storage. This all in our environment. Since we identify the water pressure, in what way it is usage in energy source, evaporated the water, pressurized water vapors, what way its usage of in a steam turbines, you know about as an engineer. And the density point of view, the water density is one. Someone is it's the low density one, someone is in high density one. Some of the creatures also very lower density than water. So that is the reason why it can creep up, it can walk up, it can move easily on the surface of the water. Yeah, the density is vary, and at the same time, their jointed legs, their surface tension wise is also the low density of this particular the house fly. It can move the surface of the liquid, the water containing of the liquid, and a universal solvent due to its hydrogen bonding, that hydrogen is its hydrogen and oxygen between that particular hydrogen bond, that polarity is the main is its in polarity. The polarity is major significance of universal solvent. The activity of universal solvent phenomena is its polarity character. And a hydrophilic and hydrophobic, this is the relation between the liquid and surface area. All of you know about the hydrophobic, the condition of the lotus leaf, condense lotus leaf, and at the same time the nanofiber made of cloths. So nano cloths, nano paints, all these are hydrophobic. It's a nano paints. It does not stick. It does not adhesion. Activity is not takes place. It's hydrophobic. Always not a touch at all. It's never. It's no reaction. Not at influence of anything. Just like the mercury ball, like it acts, any water droplet on that surface, it's fall down. The nanocloths is also the nano coatings. Nano coatings is also work out. Next is hydrophobic. Hydrophobic is definitely it's mixable, homogeneous mixing. Homogeneous mixing and heterogeneous mixing, you know. Homogeneous means it's have no difference between the particular the water and other opposite one. It means solute or other solvent may have that much of hydrophilic tendency. It's totally immerse one to another is combines. And hydroscopic, it is a different. Hydroscopic is different. For example, of 1 spoon of tablespoon of sugar or in a table salt, or else our sodium hydroxide pellet, you may keep it outside. It's these three. It's in a quickly hydroscopic one is sodium hydroxide pellet. It slowly converts. It slowly converts and slowly evaporates also. Converts in a liquid form and evaporates. And the sugar also, it absorbs atmospheric conditions of the humid conditions containing of the water moisture, hydroscopic. And salt, the salt also is slowly the solid crystalline, smallest fine crystalline substances converts as in a liquid form. And sugar crystalline form is also the organic matter of sugar. That crystal is converts as in a liquid form. But in a sodium pellets, it some little bit of time it is in liquid and immediately it is evaporates also. Why? Because the special characteristic of the sublimation. Sublimation takes place in the sodium. But this in these three conditions, why it is happens means it is a hygroscopic. Atmosphere containing of the moisture is also it's absorbs. Okay, hydrophobic is difference. Hydrophilic is different, and hygroscopic is different. And transportation always carries water molecules can carry due to its polarity. It can combines and carries. Yeah, this is of the polarity. What is polarity of the molecule is atom, means is water molecule contains of this particular the atom. One atom of oxygen and the two atoms of hydrogen takes place. So one atom of oxygen and one molecule of hydrogen is combined, then water molecule is generated. It's heterogeneous. But state-wise, both are gases. These both gases is mixed up, then immediately liquid is generates due to its polarity. But hydrogen and oxygen, both are diatomic molecules. Means O2 is a molecule, H2 is a molecule. Here, the molecule of H2 and one atom of oxygen. One molecule of oxygen is O2, one atom of oxygen is O. This both combines atom of oxygen and molecule of hydrogen, and both adjacents, the both sides, two hydrogens is takes place. The polar molecules have special properties. It's a good solvents, bind with each other. It is nothing but cohesion tendency and take longer to heat and cool. Both the activities it takes time, it takes longer, not as quickly. Yeah. Next is hydrogen bond, intermolecular and intramolecular hydrogen bond. You know well, hydrogen its compounds lesson. A hydrogen bond forms between the oxygen and the hydrogen are the different molecules. Each water molecule can form hydrogen bonds with up to the 4 neighbors. Why it happens means hydrogen is only 1s1, only one electron and one proton, but at the same time, in oxygen is bigger in size itself. The p shells also, p energy levels also. But here, 1s2 atomic number of oxygen is 6. All of you know about the 6th group element, oxygen sulfur family. Intermediate, you know well. Here it is, the oxygen is 1s2, 2s2, and 2p2. The maximum capacity of the electrons in the p energy level is in 6, but here it is only the 2 is only in the p energy level 2 electrons is only situated, but full filled or half filled energy levels is more stable than half of the filled electrons filling shell. So that is the reason why the rest of 4 empty electrons is in a covalent bond through the hydrogen bond to the covalent bond, it forms hydrogen bonding takes place. Hybridization, the covalent is each one agent shares one electron. It's very weak bond, hydrogen bond it generates a particular break and reforms easily, but they are the base for the other properties of the water. Of course, hydrogen bond is weak, but there's a lot of properties is due to this particular hydrogen bond only its influence. Yeah, this is bond structure. The adjacent one of hydrogen is a positive charged one. The oxygen is a slight negative charged one. The both one to another is combines. So each and every oxygen water molecule have intermolecular hydrogen bonds with 2 hydrogen atoms and intramolecular hydrogen bonds with 4 other water molecules. Four intramolecular hydrogen bonds and 2 intermolecular hydrogen bonds takes place. If any water molecule, a huge quantity of the water, wherever it takes place of the water is in so not only 1 or 2, there's several number of the molecules of the oxygen. It is 18. It's the atomic weight. You know. Why is the polar in nature in the water in biological significance? The biological significance point of view, the most of the cells and tissues is contained a large amount of the water. The molecules must dissolve in water in order to move easily in between the living cells. So that is the reason why. And a polar molecule such as the sugar and ions such as the sodium dissolve in water because of its electron attraction between them and the water molecules. Yes, the non-polar molecules such as fats and oils, yeah, these are all not a dissolve. Why? Because it's a non-polar one. The sugar is a carbon-based the product, and the sodium, and the ion of the sodium is belongs to first year group element. It's a one excessive electrons it contains, but this one excessive electron it shares with any other, then it's got pseudo inert electron configuration of 10. Sodium is 11 atomic number. So that one electron it may donate, or else it may combines to anyone, then immediately then octave rule it follows. Outermost energy level it's have 8 electrons. So that is the reason why the sugar like sodium ions like it's is dissolved in water, but non-polars is not it. So oils and fats like. Yeah, this is the polar bear. The bears are not dissolved. This one some. Some joke. The polar bear is not a polarity. The polar is have no poles. Like, okay, next is the capillary action. This is the capillary action. You all of you know about in one liquid bowl. There, this is we can keep it in a straw like straw or else any hollow tube may keep at side. Then automatically the surface area of that vessel containing is beyond the level of its surface area, it's passed. Why it is happening? This is due to the capillary action. It is adhesive. It's passed on. It can up towards of that particular the hollow tube. Beyond the surface area, it can pass on. This is the capillary action. This is ability of the liquid to flow against the gravity beyond the level of surface area. Against the gravity where the liquid is spontaneously rise in a narrow space, such as in a thin tube or in porous materials such as the paper, or in some non-porous materials such as a liquefied carbon fibers. The effect can cause of liquids to flow against the force of the gravity or the magnetic field interaction. Like, yeah, here it is only the capillary action, not at any force, not at all any external force or any other force is not at influence. Yeah, the lightning of the lamp. Here it is also the capillary, the way the entire oil is just passed towards the tip of that particular yeah, even that candle is a different way of lightning, and this oil lamps. So we may pour the oil is pass on to this particular the cotton threads. Yeah, the capillary action, the ability of the water has to flow upward against the force of the gravity due to the cohesion and adhesion. Yeah, this particular capillary action is due to the cohesion, means it's one particular shape. You know about or heard about, I think, in a convex and a concave shapes like of what it is, lower meniscus and upper meniscus. If a liquid in a tube, you may pour inside. What is the surface area is in a convex shape or concave shape accordingly. Its meniscus area we can find out. In the trigonometric values, the trigonometric reductions, someone is a color solution, someone is non-colored solutions. Some of the liquids are opaque. It's not yet visible of its endpoint, means up to where it is. So that is the reason why cohesive shape we will identify, and addition shape. Addition shape, it's definitely capillary way of passing, or else the particular walls is attached towards the water molecules being attracted the sugar molecules, like the making of Kool-Aid. Okay, here it is especially adhesion is in sticking together of the two unlike molecules, and it's important to keep the large group of the molecules organized in a living world. This is of our adhesion way. Yeah, this is a cohesion, means both are in a stepwise addition, it's totally stick it. But here is both are simultaneously uniformly it's possible. But addition is totally immersed, it's combines, but not a dissolving. Yeah. The biggest plants, the tallest plants, what the action is takes place? How to it's reach the water? At the tip of the leaf. Even though the tallest trees also, the cohesion among the water molecules causes them to pull one to another is in upward direction. It's against the gravitational force. And addition contributes to as water adheres to the wall of the vessels, so it can travel upward direction against the gravitation force. And the cohesion among the water molecules, it caused the pull to another, and addition is contributes. These two mechanisms, these one of these living things activities, especially the plant's point of view. For the photosynthesis, the water resist requires photons of energy naturally occurs. But naturally occurred, the water resist in what way it's pass towards the end of the tip of the leaf of biggest trees and plants. Next is surface area. Here you see surface tension. A measure of the force is necessary to stretch, break into the surface of the liquid. But the situation is not at in the mosquito point of view. Hydrogen bonds between the water molecules at surface of water resistant breaking and creating an invisible film. So that is the reason why all these arthropods, which one is in the jointed legs, those are comes under arthropods, jointed limbs. So these jointed limbs, this always the mosquitoes is always grown at the dark water bodies. It's very harmful than general mosquitoes. The sun mosquitoes surface tension in between is also the water surface tension is high. So the mosquitoes is not shrink out. Only it's in the surface area, it's pass on. This is due to the surface tension. The next one is it's in capillary action. The water is a pass on. Even here it is a clear lower meniscus is it somewhere is not higher meniscus. For example, the mercury we may pour inside. There we are find what it is. Upper meniscus only, it's lower meniscus we can't. But here you see this is the solvent of water. According to its surface, the tension, the molecules inside of the water is the droplet are attracted in all directions. The drops from the surface or attract to the sides of inward and pass on to upward direction. Yeah, heat capacity and all these are there's so many the physical the characteristics have. Okay, we will stop it here. What is the time is 4? I have one more class is also I think you have. I can stop it. Next class we will discuss our second module, the water and biomolecules. What way it's relevant. Okay, I stop it here.